Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jamball. Today, we're going to be doing our Week 1 predictions. First, we got the Cowboys and Eagles. Joseph, starting us off.
Uh, All right, all right. What's good, guys? Joseph here. So I'm not gonna make this a drag out since this is the Cowboys and Eagles. I'm gonna be very realistic here. Things aren't looking great for us, so I'm gonna start off with the Eagles winning 27-20 over the Cowboys. This is a favorable matchup for my Cowboys. This is where we get our first loss, and yeah.
You know what? Screw. I'm not gonna make a whole introduction. I'm gonna choose the underdogs in this game. I'm gonna get the Cowboys to win Week 1. You know what? Dak is the Eagles stopper, and I'm saying it right here. So the Cowboys are gonna win. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a game-winning field goal, 27-24.
All right. I'm also going to go with the Cowboys. No surprise, I'm a Cowboys fan. Joseph, F you. Um,
Over it. All
I'm
right.
kidding, I'm kidding. Not really.
He's not.
So I'm going to pick the Cowboys here to win it. Mostly just from feels. Coach Schottenheimer, this is his first game in the NFL as a coach. He has the element of surprise here. He can do pretty much whatever. We don't know what he's going to do. Um, you have George Pickens there. CD Lamb, that offense is going to be pretty lethal, especially if you can get a run game going. So, yeah, I'm going to be taking the Cowboys. Next, Chiefs and Chargers.
All right, Chiefs and Chargers. Okay, as my heart really wants to say the Chargers here. I feel like they match up really well against the Chiefs currently. Uh, I don't think I could really bet against Kansas City though. I mean, they're just coming off of a Super Bowl loss. This is gonna be the last year to prove something. Uh, Especially because Kelsey's gonna retire. I think they're gonna start off hot against the Chargers in Brazil. Give me the Chiefs over the Chargers 34-31. It'll be a close game though.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. Even though the Chiefs are the Chiefs, I don't care. I don't care who they are. I think the Chargers have a better team now, so I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this one.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Chargers here. Me and Angel agreeing on the first two picks. I just think this season I could see the Chiefs Chargers splitting. Chargers have a really good team. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have the Chargers winning this first one. All right,
Right.
Jets Commanders.
Shout out to our Giants friend. I'm not gonna say his name because we don't want to leak anything. But uh, Commanders are gonna destroy the Giants here. There's no real competition here. This is a no-brainer. The Commanders are gonna win. The score, honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. The Commanders are gonna win. I'm not gonna give you a score prediction for this game.
All right. You know what? I've been picking the underdogs, and I'm not gonna continue that because, oh gosh, no. Look, the Giants defense amazing, offense not so much. So I'm gonna be picking the Commanders to absolutely obliterate the crap out of the Giants week 1.
Right. I'm also gonna go Commanders here. Big surprise. But I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it'll still be a close game. It's a division game, NFC East, and usually the Giants Commanders is usually close anyway. So I think I'm gonna go Commanders here. Let's say 24-17.
Mm.
All right, Bengals Browns.
Bengals. All right. So this game, honestly, it all depends on the Bengals defense. I can guarantee that everyone is thinking the same thing. How are the Bengals defense gonna act this year? How are they gonna play this year? This is gonna depend all on them. If the Bengals defense is great, then for sure I'll take the Bengals over the Browns. But from what I've seen lately, no. You know what? I'm gonna throw that out the window. I'm gonna still give it to the Bengals, but very close. I feel very skeptical of that defense. If they cannot hold up, then they're gonna lose this game. But that offense with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, it will definitely get the job done for outscoring the Browns. It's just you need to figure out if that defense is gonna do its job. I'm gonna do a solid 30-27. This is all because I'm not sure how that defense will play against the Browns. But I guess only time will tell when we hit Sunday. So Bengals over the Browns.
Okay, Mike. I'm gonna go with the Bengals over the Browns. I know it's a whole thing about their defense, or the Bengals defense gonna be good, but honestly, I don't think that's a big worry with this one because the Browns' offense is still not great. They don't have a bunch of guys who can help them out. Their quarterback situation, it's gonna be Joe Flacco. Honestly, at this point, we don't. The quarterback situation is not that great. So I wouldn't be too worried about the Browns offense. So I'm just gonna pick the Bengals to win. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if they win by 2 scores or more.
I'm gonna make this one quick. I'm gonna go Bengals. Same reasoning as Angel. Steelers Jets.
Steelers Jets. All right. So Aaron Rodgers getting payback against the Jets here. Fields in freaking New York, Jersey. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place right now. I'm so tired. I'm gonna try to keep this quick. Steelers over the Jets, in my opinion. I feel like the Steelers defense is a lot better than the Jets. I just feel way more confident in the Steelers than the Jets. The Jets have lost Devontae Adams this past season, so it's not great. Steelers over the Jets. I'm not gonna give a score prediction.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Steelers over Jets as well. Defense for the Steelers is honestly it's pretty good. It's top. I'm gonna say in my opinion 5 defense because they're always really good. It's a matter of that offense. Hopefully for this year, Aaron Rodgers can be that guy and help them out on offense. But obviously, you still need some weapons, and hopefully DK Metcalf can be that #1 guy to Rodgers. So I'm still gonna pick the Steelers to win.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be a very close game. Um, I think I'm going to pick. I want to say the Jets. I don't know why. I just feel like the Jets are gonna pull off the win here. Um, yeah, sure they got rid of Devontae Adams, but they still got. I mean, Garrett Wilson. I like Garrett Wilson. He's a great receiver. Justin Fields is gonna bring something to the Jets, hopefully, that they haven't had ever. So yeah, I'm gonna go Jets. Low scoring game. I'll say like, no, I'll say 17-14. All right, Cardinals Saints.
All right, Cardinals Saints. I'm gonna have the Cardinals winning over this year. Saints don't have a great offense, let alone team. This is probably the bottom feeder of the league. I mean the Cardinals. I mean, they're bound to have a bounce back year. It's just it depends on Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison being able to connect. I think this week 1 though, they will be able to find that groove, especially because the Saints, their best corner is Kool-Aid. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not elite and it's not great. And he still needs time to develop. This is a very rebuild heavy team. The Cardinals are going to win against the Saints. I have no doubt in my mind about that. And the score is probably going to be 24-13 Cardinals.
All right. Honestly, I don't need to say much. Cardinals are gonna win. Saints are. I'm gonna say it. I think I've said it before. I think the Saints are gonna be the worst team in the league this year. It has to be somebody. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Saints. So I got the Cardinals winning pretty easily.
Yeah, I think we all agree that Saints aren't going to be great this season. Um, they have really great potential at becoming 0 and 17. I could really see it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals here.
Bucks Falcons. The Bucks are gonna miss Chris Godwin. You're gonna have Emeka stepping up as your number 2 guy. You still have Mike Evans. For the Falcons, I mean, it's basically the same team from last year. Last year though, you had Kirk Cousins starting half the season. I'm believing, from what I've heard, Michael Penix is gonna start this season, which will definitely help you in this game. But I don't think I could pass up on this Bucks team. This Bucks team is built more balanced than the Falcons. This team honestly is built for the playoffs and could make a very deep run if they get the groove on going or the groove going early. I'm gonna have the Bucks winning over the Falcons. It'll be a very close game though. Do not get me wrong. 28-24. I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons pulled the upset here either. But the way things look right now, I just feel way more comfortable in the Bucks winning over the Falcons.
I think the Bucks are gonna be fine. Micah Ibuka looks pretty good, and Mike Evans is there. McMillan, Jalen McMillan, those guys are still there. Bucky Irving and Shot White. So I think they're gonna be pretty good. Their defense has always been pretty good. So I think they're gonna win against the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bucks here. I could honestly very easily pick the Falcons. I do think they could very well win this game. Just like from right now, Bucks are a better team, and I'm gonna pick them to win it. All right, Dolphins, Colts.
Dolphins Colts. All right. I spoke about this in my YouTube channel here. Uh Dolphins versus Colts. I honestly I could see this game going either way because the Colts, if you really think about it, their team is pretty solid. It's just your quarterback situation. Daniel Jones starting into week 1, we don't know how good he's going to be. Meanwhile, you have a Dolphins team that was having a struggle year last year. I personally think that the Dolphins could win this game. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins, but my heart and my soul believes in the Colts upsetting. But for the safe pick, I'm gonna do the Dolphins, and in this case, I'm gonna do 17-14. The Dolphins win. But do not be surprised if the Colts pull the upset. I feel like their offense is very, very strong, and it could match well against this Dolphins offense. This defense is still pretty strong. They brought in Travarius Ward. They still have Kenny Moore. You have DeForest Buckner. It's just a recipe for success if they can get that quarterback spot solidified with Daniel Jones.
All right. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins, and I have one thing to say. Tua to Waddle connection's gonna be elite this game, and not just this game, this entire year. He's gonna be wide receiver 1.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go Dolphins here. I just like their offense a lot better than the Colts. I think the Colts are gonna have a pretty bad offense this year, with whoever's starting really.
All right, Raiders Patriots. Now, I haven't been going underdogs lately, but this is where I'm gonna take more of an underdog pick here. And shout out to my Opa, but I'm gonna have the Raiders winning this one. I feel confident that the Raiders can match well with the Patriots. These teams are very balanced. The honestly, they're kind of mirror matchups. It's like the Raiders are the off-brand version of the Patriots. It's just I feel more comfortable with Genty possibly having a good game. Brock Bowers coming off a great season. I only think he's gonna progress. You brought in Amari Cooper, Jacoby Myers. You have Geno Smith, confident starter if he gets things rolling. Defense needs some work, but I have the Raiders winning over the Patriots. It will be 20-17. The Raiders win.
Alright. I'm gonna go with New England on this one. Honestly, look, the Raiders, they look better, a lot better than last year. They have a lot more targets, a lot more stars on offensive group. Obviously, Brock Bowers is still there. But honestly, I really like what the Patriots did in the offseason. They added a lot of pieces to their defense. Their defense looks really, really scary. They added some pieces to their offense that's going to help them later in the future, and definitely going to help Drake May right now. So I think the Patriots are going to win. It's going to be a close game, though. But I think that the Patriots are just barely going to take it against the Raiders week 1.
Yeah, I completely agree with Angel. I think the Patriots are going to win this. I just like them better as a team overall, uh, which isn't like a knock on the Raiders. I do think they have a much improved team from last year. Panthers Jags.
Panthers, Jags. Uh, honestly, give me the Panthers to win over the Jags. I feel like this is their year to prove some doubters wrong. Yeah, they won't make playoffs because there's a lot of more NFC playoff contenders, and the Jaguars are still trying to figure out who they are. I feel like Trevor Lawrence isn't their guy though. It's honestly he's very average in my opinion. He's average at best. The Panthers, there was still at least some potential last year in the second half of the season when you seen Bryce Young play. You bring in a really great wide receiver in Tedro McMillan. You got Chuba Hubbard in the backfield, as well as Rico Dowdle. That's only a recipe for success. I still really like that defense too. You have J.C. Horn back there. You got Derek Brown. I think the Panthers are gonna beat the Jaguars, and honestly, it might be pretty bad. Actually, I'm gonna do 28-13. Honestly, I don't really see this Jaguars offense moving too much besides Brian Thomas Jr.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Panthers as well. The Panthers play how they played at the end of last season, even though because there was a couple like those last like 6 games, they played like that. They're gonna be a lot better this year, and I think they added some pieces to help them out. Yeah, the Jaguars team is just not good. Like obviously they added Travis Hunter and people, but Travis Hunter cannot be the only guy that makes a difference on this team. They do have some good pieces, but it needs to be an entire team, not just a couple pieces here and there. So I'm gonna go with the Panthers because they look like the better team.
All right. Um, I'm gonna take the Jags here. I think that Trevor Lawrence and Brian Thomas Jr. are gonna develop a really good connection. They really couldn't last year because of Trevor Lawrence and his injuries, but I think if they can get a really good connection going, their offense can be pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be the best in the league, but it could be pretty alright, which I think is enough to beat the Panthers. Don't get me wrong, I think the Panthers have a lot of potential. Bryce Young had a pretty good late season last year, or latter half of the season last year. If he can carry on from that time, I think he'd be pretty good this year. But just for week 1 right now, give me the safe pick in the Jaguars.
You know what? I'm gonna say screw it right here. This guy picked him when I didn't pick my team. I'm gonna pick his team. Hopefully he picks his team. So I'm gonna go with the Titans with the upset over the Broncos. There's no particular reason for this. This is more of a gut feeling. Yes, the Broncos have a better team than the Titans, but there is some of those upsets that can happen. This is honestly one of them that can happen because honestly, that Broncos team, you got Cortland Sutton as wide receiver number one. All right, that's cool. I mean, you got Bo Nix, you got Evan Ingram, and you got a rookie running back that's barely gonna that might do good, that might not. There's a lot of iffies on that offensive side of the ball. I'm so sorry about my dog, by the way. Titans have a lot of promise in Cam Ward. Hopefully, he does good this season. Calvin Ridley and Cam Ward honestly could be a really great duo this season. Hopefully, this upset pick is correct. I hope the Titans do not let me down. Titans upset the Broncos.
Okay. Hello, if you couldn't tell, I'm the Titans fan. I'm the Titans fan, and I'm just gonna let you guys know the Titans are gonna let down because the Titans team is pretty awful. I'm gonna pick the Broncos winning by maybe even close to like 30 points. I'm gonna say that the Broncos could probably end up dropping 40 on us. 'Cause I don't believe in this team. It's not a good roster. They still need a lot of help on certain individual spots, and it's a young team, so I wouldn't expect a lot, especially against the Broncos. So I'm gonna pick the Broncos winning this game pretty easily.
Yeah, give me the Broncos. For Cam Moore, this isn't a great first week matchup. Broncos defense is pretty elite. That being said, their offense is pretty good too. I think they just have the better overall team. Cam Ward can develop this year, which I think is what you would want to see. Um, but for right now, week one, let me get the Broncos.
49ers Seahawks. This is all based on if Christian McCaffrey can bounce back, and I think he will. I think Christian McCaffrey will have a comeback season, possibly comeback player of the year if Shanahan uses his system correctly, which I think he will. And like 90% of the time, Shanahan will figure out how to get McCaffrey back up to superstar, and if not, top of the league type of performances. They lost Debo Samuel, so yeah, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, you're also getting back your best running back, possibly one of the best running backs in the league. This team healthy is better than the Seahawks by a long shot, in my opinion. And this is a very dangerous team that I would hope, honestly, would not face my Cowboys because then I would be panicking quite a bit. But give me the Niners over the Seahawks in this game. Again, this is all about if they can stay healthy. And I think they do stay healthy in week one. Knock on wood, by the way, so for 49ers fans. But it ain't gonna be like a blowout. It'll be a very close game. Like the past couple of matchups, the Seahawks have been splitting matchups with the Niners. They've been on and off. Give me 24-21. The 49ers win over the Seahawks.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick Seahawks. I think it's gonna be a close game, honestly. I think it's still gonna be a close game. I like the Seahawks defense. Obviously, let's see how Sam Darnold does in this offense. But I'm just gonna pick the Seahawks, but barely, like a super close win. But I do think they'll take this week one though.
Yeah, Seahawks at home. I'm gonna take them here. 49ers, don't get me wrong, pretty good team. Uh, Defense got a little worse. Their offense got a little worse. 49ers offense right now is plagued with injuries. I mean, their receivers right now are pretty injured. Uh, Seahawks, I think they're going to have a pretty good offense. I'm not going to say they're going to be too good. I think they'll be above average. And yeah, let me just get the Seahawks at home here. Division game, Lions
Yep.
Packers. Also, can someone tell me why the Packers are favored?
My guy named Micah Parsons goes on their team, and all of a sudden they're favored to win this game, win the division, and be Super Bowl contenders. That's
That's all
Yeah.
it
according
took.
to me. According to That's just according to sources
It's insane.
that I've seen.
Uh, yeah, Micah. That's why. Nah, it's honestly, even before the Micah trade, this was pretty hard for me to decide because these teams felt like they could go into a flipping like dog cage and just fight it out for like 4 quarters and then plus overtime. That's how close I felt like this matchup would be. Adding Micah Parsons doesn't make this any easier for me, but I can't pick against the team that had a better season last year. And last year, they had a good season. You just fell short and you got upset by the Commanders, which is kind of crazy, but they did have an uprise out of nowhere. Give me the Lions to win this. Very, very, very close. Honestly, I could honestly see this being a 1 point game. The Lions, honestly, their team got a little worse. Their O-line got a little worse. I mean, this is all like a 50-50 in my opinion. This is just depending on who do you would go for. I'm going to try to have the Lions win this one. Yes, it is in Lambeau, but I feel like these two games are going to be split. The Lions are probably going to win one at Lambeau. Green Bay is probably going to win one at Detroit and Ford Field. Detroit, honestly, 35. Green Bay, 34.
Yeah. I was trying to think about it, and I'm gonna pick Green Bay, not because of the whole Micah Parsons thing, but it's actually because of about the Lions. And I was starting to think they lost Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. Those two guys were amazing coordinators, right? I'm starting to think, was the Lions offense so dominant because of Ben Johnson or the players that they had? And now that with this is gonna be the first time in a while with them not having Ben Johnson, we'll see how they actually are, if it's actually the players or if it was the offensive coordinator the entire time. I think this Packers defense is elite. Their offense is still good. Let's see. They're probably just hoping Matthew Golden is that wide receiver one that they've been looking for, which I think he could possibly be because he's a really good wide receiver. So I'm gonna pick the Packers in this one, but barely, but like a close, super close win. I think it's gonna go down to the uh, last game, honestly.
Yeah, I think this will be a pretty close game. Um, but I'll take the Lions here. Uh, I do think the Lions are the better team. Sure, with the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator thing. But even if they're like 75% from what they were last year, I think they should be able to, even if it's barely a win, it'll still be a win against the Packers.
Give me LA. I mean, I don't got to think about this too much. LA's got the better team in every aspect, in my opinion. You brought in Devontae Adams, a great move. You have a really great wide receiver in Puka Nacua. Matthew Stafford still there. Kyron Williams. You got the entire recipe built, and now it's just execute. I think the LA Rams are built to make a deep playoff push. Honestly, a possible conference championship appearance this season. You're playing a Texans team that is very iffy. CJ Stroud had a very not bad year, but compared to his rookie year,
Sophomore slump.
it was pretty bad. Yes, yeah, he had his sophomore slump, and I think honestly this is not a favorable matchup for CJ Stroud to start off with, trying to get back to his winning ways from his rookie year. Give me the Rams pretty easily. I think the Rams could honestly drop 40 on the Texans if they figure things out correctly. But to be safe here, I'm going to do 31 to 20.
I'm gonna go with the Rams. One, they're a better team. Two, I don't like the Texans. Three, they're in the AFC South. So, uh, yeah, that's it.
All right. Um, I am gonna go Rams here just because Joe Mixon's out. Um, do we know when he's coming back?
No, not yet.
Alright.
All we know is that it's a for sure missing the first 4 weeks.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go with. I don't think they're gonna have that good of a run game, which pretty. You definitely need against the Rams. So I'm gonna take the Rams here, but honestly, I could see the Texans beating the Rams. I don't think it's too unfathomable.
Ooh.
This was another matchup that was just clawing at me at night, trying to figure out what team is better and who would win this and how would they win this. In my opinion, this is very tough, and I wish that there would be an option to not send both of these teams with a loss, and there is, but I'm not gonna pick a tie in week 1. So give me the Bills to win it. You're in Buffalo, home field advantage. I'm praying that this Buffalo team continues to have their sorry, excuse me. Continues to have their success as of recent. Reason why I'm not picking Baltimore. I mean, you have a bunch of new guys possibly making the starting lineup. You're gonna have to figure this out. Yes, you have the same team basically from last year. I just like the Bills a little bit more. I feel more comfortable with the Bills beating the Ravens here. They're at home. If this was at Baltimore, honestly, I would pick the Ravens, no hesitation. But since this was in Buffalo, and specifically Buffalo at a Sunday night game, freaking, you got Buffalo fans going crazy. Yeah, give me Buffalo. It won't be a horrible game. This will probably be one of the best games of the season. It will be pretty close. Give me 35 to 32. Bills over the Ravens. I don't know if that's an upset or not, but that's what I got.
I'm gonna choose the Ravens because technically it's two things. One, the Ravens always beat the Bills in the regular season, like the Bills always beat the Chiefs in the regular season. And the second thing is the Bills always beat the Ravens in the postseason, like the Chiefs always beat the Bills in the regular season. So that's the reason why I'm going with the Ravens, because honestly, it's too close to even to tell, because those teams are both stacked. They're both really, really good teams, and that's the only thing I'm gonna go off of right now, because I really couldn't choose a winner for this game.
I think Angel summed it up very well. I'm gonna go Ravens. Let's get to our last game, the Vikings and Bears.
All right, Vikings versus Bears. I mean, you got JJ McCarthy's. This would still, it might be his rookie season, but realistically, it's not. It's his sophomore season, yeah. But for giggles, we'll say it's his rookie season, right? He's basically going to be starting off new. You still have Jordan Addison out for a couple games with that suspension, which will hurt the team a lot. I feel like if they had Addison, I would have been a lot more confident in this pick with the Vikings over the Bears. I'm not saying I'm picking the Vikings just yet. This Vikings team is very stacked. Last season went 15-2, but again, that was when you had Sam Darnold. Vikings had a good season last year. JJ McCarthy was out. This is the first time we're gonna see him in action. Well, not the first time we see him in action, but you know what I mean. I don't feel confident in the Vikings to win this game. That's why I'm going to have the Bears win this over the Vikings, only because Addison is going to be out. Justin Jefferson, yes, he is amazing. Do not get me wrong. And this Vikings team is very good. But I feel like beat this Bears team now. And they match up pretty well against the Vikings when you go paper for paper. I feel like the Bears will barely win this, and the Vikings honestly need Addison to win this game, honestly. If they had Addison, I wouldn't have really doubted myself in picking the Vikings, but since they do not, and he'll be out for a solid 3 to 4 games, give me Caleb Williams and the Bears to take down the Vikings on Monday night. It'll be a very close game because this is happening. Give me the Bears 27 and the Vikings 24.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Bears. Honestly, I don't know why. Actually, I do. The Bears are an improved team. We cannot deny that they are not improved. Only reason I'm gonna pick them right now is because I think JJ McCarthy is gonna be his first actual. Obviously, he's played in the preseason, but this is gonna be his first real regular season game. It's gonna be a little nervous. There's obviously he wasn't able to play last year because of an injury. So I think there's gonna be a little bit of struggles this week, but I know he'll overcome them. Uh, Pretty quickly. But for this week one, I'm going with the Bears. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty close game though. I think it'll be pretty close.
Honestly, I thought I was going to be the only one to pick the Bears. But both of you have picked the Bears, so I'm not the only one. I'm going to go Bears here. I would purely off of feels. I mean, week one is almost never logical. Don't mind that. Week one is almost never logical, so sometimes you just have to go off of feels. And just feel like the Bears are going to win at Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Heck
that'll be
yeah.
it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Tell me what upset you think is going to happen this week, and we'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.
Subscribe, please.